Great, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to run through operating the tire balancing machine. First things to note on here is you have a main on-off switch. So when you hit the green button, you'll notice that the two LED displays pop up. Alright, so next, what we're going to be doing here is taking a tire and we're going to be balancing it for a static dynamic balance. So static is if it's bouncing up and down, and dynamic is from side to side. First thing you want to do is you notice you have the rim, and then you have the hub out in the center. So I need to find the appropriate cone, and the cones are up here on the top. So in this case I have a cone, and I check to see that the cone fits inside the hub perfectly. Alright, so that fits really well there. Okay. Nice fit there. Okay, so then I take this piece out and I'm going to put it onto the spindle. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully pick up the tire and use my back, my legs, not my back. I'm going to slide the tire on. I'm going to take the pressure cup and the hub nut. I'm going to thread it on. And we're going to tighten this up until it's just snug. Okay, so once that's all nice and snug, the next thing we have to do is we're going to use the striker arm to come over and set up the machine. So the striker arm is here, and what we're going to do is we're going to use this striker plate and we're going to slide it out until it goes just underneath the rim area here. Alright? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that again and show you what happens up on the machine. So if you look over to the machine, as I pull the arm out, you can see the display is showing a bunch. Now when it hits to this, it knows that it's set. So then I take the arm and I place the arm back in, and you're going to see on the window here it's asking for some numbers. What this is to tell you the width of the rim. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you another tool, and that is this tool. And you take these two edges and you're going to put them right on the inside of the rim, here and here. Okay, once you're there, you come and you read off of here, and this says let's call it 6.2. So I use these up and down arrows on the display here. And if I go down, you can see the numbers go down, 5.0, up 5.2, 5.5, 6, and I set it for 6.2. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and I have one weight on here, make sure there's no weights on. So no weights in the front and back now. I'm going to close the hood. And you're going to come over and you're going to hit the start button here. So if I hit this start button, okay, the wheel's going to spin, and you're going to notice there's two values coming up in the LD displays. The 0.25 is 0.25 of an ounce, or 1.5 ounces. This one relates to the inside of the tire, and this is the outside of the tire. Now I'm going to lift the hood again. And you're going to notice that when I spin the wheel, you can see that this LED display here is bouncing around, and this tells us where to put the weights. So I keep going until I get 4 bars in a row. That tells me where I'm going to put a weight. So I'm going to take a 0.25 weight, which is just a little feller, 0.25 weight. And now if I come to the front of the machine, you're going to see that the weights are always going to go at the top of a vertical line. So if I split this tire in half with a vertical line, the weights are going to go dead center on that line. So if I look on the inside, I'm going to just get those LEDs lined up. I'm going to take my 0.5, put it on the inside of the rim, and tap it in with the... Now the outside was asking for 1.5, so I'm going to look for a 1.5, and I have a 1.5 ounce weight. I'm going to turn the tire until those 4 LEDs light up. Okay, so when that's lined up, I take the weight, I put it in the center line dead vertical, and I'm just going to tap it in. I'm going to close the hood. Then we're going to come back over and we're going to hit the start button to give it one more spin. And theoretically, it should come to 0. And you can see it's showing 0, 0, which means the tire is now balanced statically and dynamically. Beautiful.